Here we go. So I do a few minutes of introduction of how we belong together. So I'm Managing Director of OTTO Group Digital Solutions, which is the company builder of the OTTO Group. So in case you don't know the OTTO Group, it's a large retail and e-commerce company. It has three strategic pillars, basically the large multi-channel retail group, and then financial services and logistics. So along these strategic pillars, we set up a company builder, which is the OTTO Group Digital Solutions, and we build companies along the value chain of the OTTO Group. So far, we've built 12 companies. We have a current portfolio of 8. We realized 3 exits. We would count an exit internally as well as externally, and we have 85 million to invest into these companies for the next 5 years. So our goal is to really build along the value chain of the group to build profitable companies and have a portfolio in the end that realizes a profitable or a contribution to the EBIT of the group. We leverage the assets of the OTTO Group, so this is probably our core value, that we build companies that actually have an unfair advantage compared to maybe external teams in the market, because we use the OTTO Group as a door opener to the market. So we focus on fintech, logistics, and e-commerce, mainly B2B businesses, and only asset light, so software mainly. So this unfair advantage of the OTTO Group is really what makes us different from any other company builder, I think, because this is every idea we look at, we evaluate along that criteria. So if we don't have an unfair advantage, we don't believe that we, as a corporate company building unit, can be quicker or better or whatever than an independent team in the market. So most of the time, we find solutions to some problem in the OTTO Group and then evaluate if there is an external market for this same solution and if we can really build a business out of it or if it's just a feature. We would only build companies if there is a business in external markets as well, and at the same time solves a solution for OTTO. So there needs to be competitiveness and market orientation. So the processes we've set up are really, we are trying to be as startup-like as possible within a corporate. So we sit in an external office, so we're a very small team, and all the people we hire are really entrepreneurial minds, although they work for corporate in the end. So our principles, I already said most of them. We are independent. We collaborate with the corporate. We have a market-oriented approach. We look at product superiority, so we need to create really good products to be able to exist in the market. We are cost-conscious, entrepreneurial minds, and we are trying to fail fast. So a snapshot of the portfolio. I only brought the 2 that are already that are also here at the conference. So Risk Ident, which is a fraud prevention software. They have a booth outside, so feel free to see them and talk to them. And then CollectAI, which is now the natural handover to Max because he's here on stage with me.
Thank you. So what does it all have to do with B2B payment? So CollectAI, just very short introduction, and thanks for Limonetic that it was already a very good introduction of B2B services around that. So CollectAI founded in 2016 as a fintech out of the OTTO Group Digital Solutions. So the idea come internally, how can we digitize the back end? And the back end means everything after a payment. We manage receivable above 90 million euro currently with 45 employees located in Hamburg. Clients from different branches, because we believe everywhere where B2B or B2C payment is done can happen an open payment, so we are not limited to any branch. So end-to-end receivable management, again, what does it have to do with B2B payment? We believe also in this field, especially with small and medium enterprise clients, there is a lot of topics regarding B2B payments, because when you see currently how, front-end driven our payment ecosystem is, we believe that we combine it also on the back end to say in the digital invoices, in the smart receivable management, but also everything with a payment link. Our mission, we solve open payments for customers and clients in a smart, exciting, and convenient way. So what do we see? What do we see? Just one very simple example. So on the right side, we see 64% of B2B payments in the US are still made with check. So why are they not really digital? And in Europe, we see 67% of consumer payments are made electronically. So like, of course, it's comparison of B2C and B2B, but why not driving the 64% of B2B payments also, and again, very focused on small, medium enterprises to the digital world? And this is also something what the Boston Consulting Group said, that in the different parts of the value chain, so collaboration, contract, delivery to the service, most of the companies are already very digitized. But in the payment part, when it comes to bank transfer again, yes, but no alternative payment methods, there is a way to go for them. And again, for the services, B2B services on top of that, to say, okay, what additional services are currently in the part of risk, in the part of fraud, in the part of payment, completely analog in the way with an old setup of the SAP system, for example. So how can we digitize that? So Boston Consulting said, okay, in Germany, that's a figure. Let's work on that, and CollectAI tries to do that in a part, because our approach is to say, okay, how can we bring this dilemma of cost, so how can we reduce the cost in a good customer relation? Good customer relation means, again, in a small, medium enterprise, how can I offer them more services? How can I offer, for example, a small worker who say, okay, I've maybe 20 or 50 transactions per month. How can I use the marketplace of a big bank to increase my relationship, my interaction with the client? But also, of course, for them, it's very important to have a very high collection rate. And as these small, medium enterprises, today, they focus mainly on one part of the trilemma, or will go more in this trilemma in part of, okay, I want to have a collection right, this increased directly my cost, and the customer relation can then be decreased or can be a pain for that. So we try to bring this trilemma into a balance that we combine communication with B2B payment. And back to the small, medium enterprises. Small, medium enterprises, they are having normal bank transfer options. They are sending an invoice to a client after they did any kind of constructural work at home for them, for example. They are sending the letter per post, and then exactly what you said, what can happen, there have to be a debt recovery or dunning process. How does that work? It's difficult. Difficult because he's already at the next working place, he is doing constructional work somewhere else, so you don't have the time for that. So we believe the combination of communication strings of like email, SMS, combined with the different payment methods, you have also acceptance in the B2B world, can be something where you improve your collection rate, you reduce your process cost, as well have customer relations. So how convenient is, and our mission, open payment, convenient, exciting. So next time you receive an email, instead of a letter, you can directly make a link or call to action button to pay, for example, your next bill with a credit card or with PayPal. So this combination, and again, then in a marketplace maybe of a big bank who is currently working on the value chain or product on the finance value chain, to say mostly the companies are focusing on how get I new clients, but also how do I do the retention of a client. So this is what we do in the process to say, okay, there's a company who is or a small medium enterprise who is transferring the data to us and transferring it again to this fintech. We are to say, okay, how can we address the right client in the right way, and how can we work on the best workflow? Behind it is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence also in the B2B payment world means, so again, small medium, how's the best way for him? Also, when we saw again the landscape of payment methods, what is the best way to pay for each client, for each individual client, which is the best communication step for a client? So he addressed that the right way in the morning, in the afternoon, to do then the payment. And again, the bank transfer or the PayPal transfer is directly to the company itself. So very convenient in the marketplace of different B2B sellers, resellers, banks, to more or less give your clients the chance to say, okay, use these services on top of your marketing topics, client relationship topic, use it as well to do B2B payments with alternative payment methods. Some clients we have, and there we are working in the B2C and B2B sector. B2B also means, for example, Billy. It's an accounting platform who have the different small and medium enterprise, so you can pick the dunning and debt recovery part out of this and say, okay, how can I improve my dunning in a more autonomous way with the alternative payment methods? But also all the others you see here are using this method. So, summary of our speech: we are coming from a corporate. We as CollectAI founded 2016 from OTTO Digital Solution with all the benefits we have. The idea came out of the landscape of the OTTO Group, also behind like digitizing the way towards the customer. We are improving in the B2B because we see the demand for small medium enterprise to also offer this service of our startup, to say communication combined with payment, combined with artificial intelligence, to make it easy and convenient for the clients of the banks, but also of the retailers, of the resellers, of the marketplaces. And this is the idea how we want to integrate these different topics. Thank you very much.